Friends, welcome back to Me and the Boys Wrestling. My name is James Owen Brown, and I will be with you very, very shortly. I just need to share these links. Getting faster and faster at it. Faster and faster. There's one. This cross post. Now, I'm delaying because I have some things that I want to say and a few things that need clarifying. If you're in the Facebook chat, you know that it all popped off. If you watched King of the Ring and you've been following along, you know that it was gonna pop off when you saw the finals. It was inevitable. One more link to share. There we go. Links are shared. Friends, this is Me and the Boys Wrestling. My name is James Owen Brown. I'm flying solo today, and I asked for a little bit of time just so I could talk and clarify some things, hash some things out, because it all popped off after King of the Ring when Jabberwocky pinned the French lover. So then, as Jabberwocky is a pop culture character, he has no autonomy over his character and must accept any challenge. DMP was right there to make the challenge, and DeBlock kind of did it through the episode, and he jumped the gun a little bit.
March Madness.
Yes, Marcho Madness, correct, not KOR. So there was a lot of unpleasantness, let's call it that. Friends, this is Me and the Boys Wrestling. This is not NXG, and not to take away from NXG and everything that's happening over there. They do their thing. We just do it a bit differently. And I think there's been some miscommunication, and there's been some stuff that's gone on that is a lot on my end. A lot of it's my fault. In an attempt to be very accommodating, I got lost in the shuffle. I'm dealing with more characters than we've ever had on the show, and that's been challenging a little bit. So at NXG, that's one of the other territories. Basically, what happens is you go in the chat, and the booker will literally say, "Book yourselves, make your matches." There's 9, which was neat when I first got there.
And soon to be king has arrived.
And then you start to see kind of some of the situations that arise. Like personally, I'm over there looking for fights, but guys have guys have booked each other so far in advance. They're 3 and 4 weeks in advance, which leaves my character, and this is on me, I guess, for not getting into it in time or whatever, with nothing to do for the show. So it becomes hard to book myself, quote unquote. So some guys will do an open challenge. I don't like that. I like to be more creative. So what I do, I go Dungeons and Dragons styles, and I left a sandwich in the fridge, knowing that some heel, some jackass is going to come in there, take the sandwich, and I had to wait until somebody who wasn't already booked came for the sandwich before I could have a match. So whatever, that's how things get done over there. It's never been like that over here. It's normally just kind of in my hands, and I try to get everybody on the show and get everybody participating as best as I can. So when the NXG guys came, there was a lot of, this match is happening, this is what we're doing, things were getting booked. The card was full by the time kind of I got to it and sat down to make it. And Arai, you should go and watch Queen of the Ring. Do it. Anyway, so that's the kind of stuff that started to happen over here, and there was all sorts of guys, and I do work a full-time job, so I can't always monitor the chat as closely as I would like. And basically, what happened? We got booking 2 and 3 weeks ahead. Some matches got lost track of. Some things that I wanted to get to, I didn't get to. Some things that were coming needed a bit more patience on the viewer's end, because at NXG there is no stories. That only happens in the chat. It's not presented in a way that has commentary. And if you're not in the chat, you're not really going to have any idea who these guys are. That's not how I do it here. I want you to be able to come in, put on the show for the first time, And even though you don't recognize the people, the block an eye and DUI will get you caught up with what's gone on and what's happening and all that sort of stuff. There's actual storytelling going on. And some of it is a slower burn. Some of it is, not all of it. Some of it's quick. Some of it's nothing. Oh, you threw me out of the Royal Rumble. Screw you. Let's fight. Some of it is that. Some of it is bigger. The guys that have been here a long time know that every single season we run an invasion angle. It's like a funny bit that happens every season. One season it was Holden Rhodes and his crime kingdom that took over. One season it was DMP and his army of gingerbread men. So there's wheels in motion. So Cameron Taylor was in a bunch of different situations. He was pitching ideas and doing all sorts of stuff. And my thinking for some of the things he was pitching was when you pitch me the next thing after the last thing, I kind of assume that you're not that into that last thing anymore because you pitched me a new thing, not realizing that he had a big plan to have all the things follow into one another. And I also had a plan for things to follow into one another, but we never talked about that. So some things that I didn't think were that important anymore, he still did. With that being said, what I'd like to do to show specifically Cameron Taylor that it wasn't a disrespect thing and that there was a massive plan. I want to tip my hand and tell you guys, mostly the NXG guys, fingers too. We talked a little bit yesterday and it was a similar vein. So what was going to happen, Cameron Taylor wanted the hair match with Frenchie. There was also a tag team bit. Obviously, Connor and him split up. And then Cameron asked if him and Fingers could go after the tag belts, which I'm absolutely for. And we're going to get those back. And then after, maybe just before that happened, Cameron Taylor was in the chat upset, issued an open challenge to anybody on the Me and the Boys roster. Basically told me to choose a gladiator. And if I beat your gladiator, I want title shots for all of NXG. And I said, yes, I love that idea. It's absolutely phenomenal. And the gears started spinning through the Rolodex of characters that would be relevant and that have beef with Cameron already, that have a history with Cameron, that have a story. So you could go to Block, who, Cameron seems to have his number, but who knows, in one more double or nothing, everything goes. So that was an option. DMP was an option because he's a nasty piece of business. French Lover has been the NXG killer all season, so why not put the NXG
That's me.
killer out there?
Things are
That
getting very interesting.
Thanks, Buzzsaw. So there was about 6 or 7 guys that all made sense. I thought, you know what? Screw it, I'll fight them myself. And then from a booking perspective, what made the most sense to me was to have him go Fingers. Now they want to be a tag team and all of that kind of stuff. Now, where it gets tough is I'm trying to, as a human setting up the matches, thinking of the other humans and not the characters, trying to include everybody, trying to involve anybody. From a kayfabe perspective, as the booker of Me and the Boys Wrestling, NXG has invaded my show. You guys are invaders. So is there going to be some disrespect? Of course there is. But that disrespect was intended for Cameron Taylor, and I think Michael took it personally, and I never wanted that to happen. That was never the goal. So my big plan, and here I'll hash out the rest of the plan. So Cameron Taylor and Fingers, it's all set up. 2 huge names that have to fight each other, and I'm going to add another wrinkle. I'm going to be the special guest referee so that there's no discrepancy. Cameron Taylor was going to win that match in a finger poke of doom style thing. I was going to completely screw over my own show, Me and the Boys Wrestling, completely turn heel and try to do some cross promotion over at NXG where I was going to see if I could get him to download our belts and, we do a little thing. But then it all kind of went south over there as well. And some people left, and I thought, you know what, I'm just not going to include that or do any of that stuff. So here we are. We're at tonight. I want the NXG guys to keep in mind not everybody here has 2, 3, 4, 5 characters. We all had one, except for the Stroop, who had Marty the Magic Guy. So adding the multiple characters is a lot, and it's extra, and we're not used to it. I'm on uncharted terrain here, new ground. and I'm doing the best that I can. The story would have been crazy. I don't know that I would have been able to pull it off, but that was the goal. So Cameron Taylor is owed a title shot, and he sent the screenshots around. I saw the screenshot of my own writing saying, yes, you're getting a title shot. And the plan to get there, because Frenchie deserved one too for being the NXG killer. I was going to have them go each other for the number one contendership. And then King of the Ring happened. Marcho Madness happened. It all popped
You're
off.
doing great. Keep up the good work.
It all went south. Frenchie took the crown from the Jobberwocky. And I encourage that behavior. I want Frenchie to make a heel move that stirs the pot, because agitated people are invested people, and I want that. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is amazing, because now we can have the Jobberwocky come back around. Cameron and Fingers are going to be busy over here trying to get the tag belts back and all these different things. And the other thing I'd like to do is have dedicated tag teams. And then when Cameron put himself in a tag team, I was like, okay, maybe he doesn't care so much about the main title, but he does. He wants all the belts, and that's fair. So I'm going to be a little bit better at being clear and really outlining the rules of things that need outlining as they come up. And in the chat, when we're doing matches, rather than booking matches, let's issue challenges if we can do that. Hopefully that'll work. I want to do the booking. I don't want you guys doing the booking for yourselves. Not that I don't trust you, but it leads to issues in NXG. And I don't want to do it that way. I've never done it that way. I tried to be accommodating, but what can happen in the chat is I'll find two guys who want to fight each other, two other guys who want to fight each other, and we'll make it a four-way, or we'll throw somebody else in and make it a five-way or an eight-way or whatever. Excuse me. Not that I'm against single matches, but I just can get more people involved if we don't do that. Single matches used to be a rarity, and now, look, all single matches except for two. So that gives me a chance to put 18 people on the card out of, 50 or 60 people. So it's tough. I'm doing what I can. I want to work with you guys. I hope nobody will leave. Cameron, I hope we're cool. I hope this explains. I did have a massive plan, and you were going to be the absolute star of the season. I promise that was the goal. You can talk to DMP too. We laughed about it, and he said, but you wouldn't actually like screw over the whole company. And I said, wouldn't I? With a winky face. And like, that was the plan. That's where I was headed. And I hope we can recover. Let's get this show started. I think that's all I have to say. If a pop culture character or NPC ever wins a title, they have to accept any challenge. That's one of the rules. I want to be clear about that now, because some guys said they didn't know. And I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say. But my emphasis is getting everybody on the show, including everybody as best as I can. And tonight there's guys missing from the show who should be there, including Orion the Ultimate. There was no space, so again we're gonna have to do something special during the week. Or Orion, I suggest go watch Queen of the Ring. And you can also, if you check out the sneak peeks, you and the Ultimate, you can see the 2K25 versions. With that said, let's get on with the show here. I'm going to turn entrances off
Actually,
for
I
today.
suggested you turn on the company but twist the narrative, rolling on the floor laughing.
I don't know, something like that. This popped off as a comment. Big Daddy Cole, I guess, got knocked out of something by Clockwork. I'm not even really positive what happened, but Big Daddy Cole came on the YouTube chat, left a comment in the video that said, I want the droid. So here we are. He's offering a hand. That's not. Oh. It seemed weird he was going to shake his hand, but he didn't shake his hand. It was just disrespect.
He lost round one of King in the Ring.
Is that what it was? To the droid? There's been so much digital wrestling over the last couple of weeks that I'm losing track. And that's one of the things. I got to do a better job keeping track as well. So I'm going to do those things. And hopefully we can move forward and bring you the best digital wrestling program that there is. Meanwhile, Big Daddy Cole stomping away on Clockwork Droid. I still have yet to hear from Ryan Kai and the Purifiers, so I don't know what to say about that. The Purifiers are currently bringing up the rear, and hopefully Ryan Kai is well, and it's not like a, not a serious situation. Hopefully he's just lost interest and not gone missing or anything like that. Big Daddy Cole drops the knee, does a little somersault out of the way there, and then hits a big Uranagi with a little bit of a stall for some flair. The droid gonna work his way to the corner. Jockey for position. Only good for a 2 count. Friends, I hope you're well out there. If you're new to the channel, sorry about that rant. There was just some stuff it's too much to type out. If anybody has any questions, let me know. We can go into further detail. Springboard kick right to the side of the head. And look at the size difference between these two. Picks him up and drops him down. Clockwork Droid holding his own so far, but we'll see how long that lasts against a competitor, the likes of Big Daddy Cole.
Is my match today if it's happening. And Ultimates.
I said it in the tirade, Arai. You and the Ultimate are not on the show this week, and have my apologies. It's one of the benefits of being in the chat, that's a lot of the times where the challenges are issued, and recently the matches have been made. Going for a pin here, only good for a 1. So what happened this week, I had plans, like we've talked about the War Games tournament that we're in the process of doing, and then the matches that kind of had to happen this week.
Attention, I'm a little busy.
Not a problem at all. And when I sat down to make the card, I had to cut one of the matches that I thought kind of needed to happen in favor of the War Games match. And one of those matches that needed to happen was where I would involve Arai, the Ultimate, guys like Cody Harris, Brent, Tebow, Fitz. These guys aren't on the show, and just because they're not vocal doesn't mean they're not watching, doesn't mean they're not invested, doesn't mean they don't care, even though that's maybe how it seems. Tough Stuff Wrestling is another one. He did make it onto the show, but the people that aren't directly in the chat, I still want those people to participate and have fun. So basically it boils down to I'm doing my best. I'm in uncharted waters because I've never had a roster this big. And also, if anybody knows...
Good news. As Queen of the Ring, I got you another title shot at the free purview.
That is correct. There's lots of shenanigans. Arai will take on whoever is ladies champion on episode 13. And we should do something. Arai, if you're still listening, who do you want to fight next week? Take your pick of the ladies on the roster. You can fight whoever you'd like. Big Daddy Cole puts a boot right in the face of Clockwork, but he no-sells it, gets right back up, smashes his head into the turnbuckle.
I want to fight DMP or Elvira.
Oh, 2.75. DMPina would make more sense because Elvira's on your team, but if you were to fight somebody on your team, you'd get a guaranteed point for the squad, so it's not awful logic. And she'd have to accept because she's a pop culture character with no autonomy. You hear that, Fingers? If pop culture characters win, you can challenge them and they must accept.
DMP, what do you think?
And we'll get the ultimate in something special as well. That's the tricky part too with the NXG
I
guys
think
coming in
Elvira
during
is the better
faction
option
wars.
if we get a guaranteed win, right?
It's definitely a strategy. With everybody coming in during, oh my god, he just tagged the ref. Coming in during faction wars.
I trust you to smash DM point though.
Yeah, I mean, two good options.
Fair.
With those guys coming in during faction wars, I thought it would be good and make sense, but maybe I got a little inundated here doing it during faction wars, and maybe it would have been better to ease them in a little more slowly and kind of get my bearings a little better.
With Elvira just cause a guaranteed point makes sense.
Okay, I look forward to it.
So
The run back. The run back of Elvira versus Arai. I like how Buzzsaw just called him Hebner and didn't specify which one. Is it Dave? Is it Earl? That referee looks like, was it Vince Patrick or Nick Patrick? Or, I can't remember now. Big Daddy Cole diving all over the place, showing that he can move for a man that size. I think, too, and I think we can all agree, Cameron Taylor is owed a title shot. And rather than draw it all out, let's put him next week, main event, Cameron Taylor versus DUI for the championship. DUI will fight anybody at any time, so I know that he accepts. He basically always accepts. He's almost a pop culture character. Big choke slam. This could do it. And it will. I don't think there's any shock there. Yeah, DUI accepts. Of course he does. We should have left the entrances on. We might have been able to pick up a few bucks. I love when the HRS fights. A point for the HRS. We move on to our next, and this is a feud that's been brewing. Getting hotter and hotter by the week, more and more aggressive by the week.
Sip. Sip.
Oh, my mom says sip, sip. Hi, Mom. Welcome. Friends, I hope you're all well. Please check out the sponsors, www.420dna.com, because if it's in you, it should be on you, just like it's on me. There you go. Have a cranberry juice. Why not? Buzzsaw talking some sauce.
Main event tonight. I'm so excited.
Oh. Dr. V comes out. Buzzsaw just smashes him. This match hasn't even started. The referee trying to get some order here. Wow. Okay, I guess this match has started outside the ring.
Sip sip the kernum.
So what happened was the Marcho Madness finals came down to French Lover and the Jobberwocky, who are on the same squad. So no matter what, the 5 points was going to go to the Quebecers. He jumped the gun there. They had the match. Jobberwocky won and is the official king of Me and the Boys Wrestling, and was immediately challenged by DMP for his crown and the title shot that goes with it. Then Frenchie stepped in, and as captain of the Quebecers, I'm going to use the word took the crown. He says that Jobberwocky gave it to him, but I don't know.
DMP is the king of Mad.
Well, he didn't win the tournament, so it's not official. And then Frenchie has stepped in. And he'll be fighting for the crown, which I guess technically belongs to the Jabberwocky, but Frenchie's taken his spot as captain. That's his right. I warned this man. I literally, I'm outside of kayfabe a little bit already tonight, but we can talk about that. He said, "How do you feel about this? Jabberwocky has it. I'm gonna get that crown from him." I said, "If you do that, that's gonna make people very upset, and it's a very heelish move." And I said, "I love it. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's going to make a lot of people upset, and it's going to give us a story and a lot of fun for the next couple of weeks dealing with the Jabberwocky." But the man was warned. Which brings it all the way back around to the long-term storytelling. If you zoom out on the Quebecers, and specifically Frenchie and Michie, at the start of the Quebecers, we saw Frank Weiser was out there shaking hands. These guys are shaking hands, patting people on the back, picking people up when they're down. They were the picture of sportsmanship. They all got the fleur-de-lis. They're a solid team, ready to go. And then as the season drew on, and Michie picked up a few losses to Sweet Death, started to get frustrated, we saw Michie show up on the one-off show and attack Sweet Death, and there was nothing sportsmanship about it. She just went nuts. She lost it. And then we what? Buzzsaw Busher going to work on Dr. Volcano, and he is charged up. This is bad news. So the Quebecers, gradually over the season, have completely thrown away their sportsmanship and maybe some of their values. And I believe, and so does Fingers, that NXG has pushed them to that, has brought that out in them. But it's been fun to watch. So tonight, in the main event, it's going to be DMP taking on the French Lover for the crown. And there's also more at stake. The Only Heels title is on the line. And since Frenchie didn't have a belt,
Hebner counting slow tonight.
It is pretty slow. What's on the line for Frenchie is that DMP is going to make his nickname in the chat. And the French Lover is going to have to be called, I'm not sure what they settled on. I think it was Presidential Bitch or something like that would be his nickname in the chat. Stakes are high.
She may be on my team, but low-key I'm beefing with her.
A Rye beefing with her own squad. Maybe trying to decide who's more goth.
Yes, that's right.
That stuff starts to happen, though. Come week 6, week 7, you're getting fed up with your squad.
Made it. 3 party popper, party popper, party popper. Just Elvira, not the whole squad.
Could Elvira end up a free agent before the end of the season? Hello, Ultimate.
Heart with ribbon, heart with ribbon, heart with ribbon.
The other thing we could do, I could run a little bit long and do a match or two, I guess, extra, just to say we got a Rye and the Ultimate involved, because I feel really bad. I really try to get everybody on the show, but the thing with you guys is that you're here for the hour on the show, and the fellas in the chat are right there in my phone, they're in my hand, and they're like, hey, let's do this. And I'm like, yes, let's do that. Where I'm like, why would we do that? I'm doing my best to try to make it all happen. Dr. V with the miss. There's the kick. Is it enough? No, it is not. And these two have been going back and forth for a few weeks now. And I'm biased, but it's fun. It's been a fun little feud. Oh no. Dr. V walks into a buzzsaw. There's that move. And another story that we didn't get to is the fact that Buzzsaw Butcher and the Stroop are using the same move.
Definitely took the crown.
I agree with you. I think took is the right word. I don't care what he says. He's healed now. He is a villain, that guy. Ooh. I thought that was getting reversed, but I guess not. EMP all fired up. He's going to give him the...
Oh yeah, ultimate.
You can't see me. Oh. Right into the face of Buzzsaw Butcher. Is it enough? Dr. Volcano even says no. Missed. And the punt kick. Oh my goodness.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay. I didn't think he was kicking out of that one. I don't know. That's a good false finish. Oh, he rakes the eyes. Where's the referee there, Buzzsaw? Reversed. Goes for a slap. Oh. Buzzsaw getting fancy here. Kind of a modified famouser there. Oh. Ooh. Dr. V going to the top rope. Does he have those moves? Huge leg drop from the top rope. Is it enough? It is. It is? I'm kind of surprised.
Here is your winner.
Nonetheless.
Need to take the crown off, but Snake, Frenchie, and Real have all the crowns.
The good doctor is a bad man. And he is on the winning end tonight, but this feud's far from over.
Frenchie is worse than a snake.
But we got to come up with a good stipulation to put this feud to bed. Like a casket match or a Hell in a Cell or something.
What a battle. That reference needs to be under review. An evil snake.
The YouTube chat is alive with trash talk for Frenchie. Here is a fun one. Selena Snow versus Lady Strange. We haven't seen it yet. We don't do enough singles ladies matches.
I always thought snakes were kinda evil by default.
Oh my God, Canada Gal. Canada Gal is here on Me and the Boys Wrestling. What in the hell is going on?
Honest, I just read the recipe on the cookie dough thing, loudly crying face.
Oh my God, Canada Gal. Canada Gal from NXG has showed up here and attacked Selena Snow.
Well then he's like an evil and mean and loser snake. Fire, 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 fire.
I feel like the crowd would have done a holy shit chant to see Canada Girl.
Canada Gal.
It's one of those, if you know, you know. So the initial plan in that storyline was that I would screw over Me and the Boys Wrestling. We'd take all the belts, we'd bring them over there, parade it around.
If Frenchie beats DMP tonight, I don't want DUI. I want Frenchie one-on-one next week, 1 contenders for tag titles and his crown. That's 3 fab. Go Canada go. Frenchie sucks.
Let me read that back. The chat lady never
Everybody
does it
say
right.
boo. Boo
Oh, he retracted it. Say it again, C13. I'm for it. Whatever it was, pretty much, I'm for it. I want to make it right.
Like me, who's an evil and mean and winner snake. Completely different.
You guys are too much with your recipes.
You like them. 3.
Okay, he sent it to my my messenger. Let's see. Oh, he deleted it again. Come on.
Ultimate beaming face with smiling eyes.
Send it to me again, C13. Meanwhile, Lady Strange takes a tumble to the floor. Selena Snow gonna bide her time, take a breather, or not. All the way up to the top, frog splash, but she missed, I think. There's those custom like and subscribe, announce tables. Friends, please like, share, subscribe. Do all those social media things because it helps immensely and it's free. A knee to the face. A springboard cutter. Oh my God. Drop kick, a stomp, even after the attack from Canada Gal.
Canada Gal come for another round with the Splash Brothers. Cooking is not a hobby, it's a lifestyle. James Owen Brown.
That's fair. In terms of the cooking thing, not Canada Gal coming for another round with the Splash Brothers. It's disgusting. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. Vicious kick to the face. Lady Strange not doing well here at all. But you can't count her out. But if Selena Snow, okay. Selena Snow misses the mark a couple of times in a row, and we'll see if that turns out to be costly. The kip up. The flurry of chops.
Super sport. Short asterisk.
Lady Strange gonna drag Selena Snow to the middle of the ring here. Put her in a crossface. Wow. This could be a problem here. Selena Snow getting low on the bar. Lady Strange kind of out of nowhere with that crossface doing some damage. Uh-oh.
Let's go, Lady Strange.
Float over power bomb.
Like a buzz cut type thing. I think I might go with a modern mullet.
Nasty looking move. One hops it up to the top rope. Goes for the stomp, but she misses. And then hits a suplex backbreaker kind of a thing. Springboard moonsault. She hooks the leg. Is it enough?
Mullet would fit in the elite, I think.
It is not enough. Schoolboy. Or no, that's small package. My bad. Oh, wow. Lady Strange out of nowhere with the Northern Lights. Selena Snow gonna roll out. Lady Strange gonna head up to the top. Crash down with that hammer fist. Right between the eyes. Selena Snow with a kick. Okay, you know what? I know what this is. The three matches we've seen tonight so far have been, I feel like they've been extra good. I got to give it to Zartan. Zartan told me to turn the difficulty level up. And I didn't think it would make a difference because nobody's actually playing, so why would it matter? But if you put it on Legendary versus Easy, they fight harder and maybe better. Ooh! The kick out, okay, yeah. But the false finishes alone, if it ups the false finishes on Legendary mode or whatever, Legend mode, I'm for it. So a good call, Zartan. Thank you for the tip. Yeah, definitely 2.9.
I don't know what you mean by the cause I'm stupid. I said wrong thing cause I put serious and not stupid the first time.
Selena Snow in control again here. One hops the top rope. Frog splash. This time she connects with it. Is it enough? This time it is. Selena Snow. Dangerous in there.
Sent to your DM.
Okay.
Princess Selena Snow.
If Frenchie beats DMP tonight, I don't want DUI. I want Frenchie, his hair and his wig. That's 3 favors for 3 slights. Yeah, okay, deal. And if DMP wins... No, if Frenchie beats DMP, if DMP wins, you still want DUI?
White trash royalty energy and a mullet kind of matches that. Our faction. I mean that as a compliment.
All right, up next, we got an Iron Man match. Frenchie's hair is on the line, and
if Frenchie beats DMP tonight, I don't want DUI. I want Frenchie, his hair and his wig. That's 3 favors for 3 slights.
I accept. Cameron Taylor is in the mix. I accept all of those. Frenchie will do it. He has to. He's a terrible heel and a bad man for the things that he pulled. Poor Jobberwocky. And how much of a crowd favors Jobberwocky going to be after this? Oh my God. Air Frenchie. Meanwhile, the other side of this match, if Torch loses this match, he has to join the Quebecers. What? Crazy. And this is the kind of stuff that I'd hoped for with Faction Wars. I'd hoped there'd be trades and like all sorts of crazy stuff. Like you got the same amount of people as a starting baseball team, as the starting lineup, so why not? But, you know, you don't want to trade away your guys. That's ridiculous. Frenchie as captain, I don't know. What if the whole team decided to turn on the man? I don't know how guys like Frank Weiser and Hulk Steve are going to react to this. What does Cody Harris have to say about all this? Frenchie's taken all the opportunities for himself. Also, I don't think we should do, moving forward, the,
I just can't cheer for Frenchie. About to look like Zordon after this match.
I don't think we should have tag team partners from different factions anymore. I don't know. It complicates things too much. And moving forward, once RJ the Terrible and Frenchie lose those belts, that just shouldn't be allowed. I never should have let that happen. The mixed tag situation was different, though, because Angelo King was part of NXG at the time, and then switched factions after winning the titles.
Canada Gal couldn't get enough of fingers and the fist.
I was debating whether or not I should do it.
He would look honestly awesome with a mullet sparkling heart.
I was debating whether or not I should bring Canada Gal over, and then I was like, screw it. The boys will find it funny. So on the line here, Frenchie's hair, the gorgeous flowing locks, undeniably, objectively spectacular. The sheen of Frenchie's hair. And then Torch would have to go over and represent the Quebecers. And what does that mean? Knowing how Frenchie rolls over there, anything Torch wins, Frenchie might just take it. That's the kind of stuff a top heel's going to do to you. Oh my God. This man said in the chat forever that he was going to light Frenchie on fire. And he just pulled fire. Oh my goodness.
There it is.
Absolutely insane. Yeah, even like win or lose, he lit Frenchie on fire. And that's what he said he was going to do. The guy's name is Torch, and somehow he just made fire. I don't think we've seen that in 2K24. That's crazy.
Gas autonomy doesn't he? Jabberwocky doesn't. This match is a real scorcher. Torch has. Not his robe, his crown. Canada Girl loves an old-fashioned tag team.
I understood C13.
Well, I must skedaddle, but I'll be back in a moment. Yes, if DMP wins, I won't DUI.
Okay.
See you soon.
Take care, Rye. Torch going to work with a baseball bat covered in barbed wire. He wanted an Iron Man match. I just can't do 30 minutes. In a perfect world, that's half the show. That's crazy to me. But we made an exception here, and we'll go 15. Iron Man situation. Falls count anywhere, I believe. We tried to do it in a cage, but there was some... You can't do it with a cage. It has to be the Hell in a Cell. Because you get either Hell in a Cell, Iron Man, or cage match. And then when you go into the custom settings, sometimes Iron Man is an option, but for a cage match, it's not. Frenchie going for a pin. It still is upsetting that I couldn't get Zartan over here, the 2K24 version of Zartan.
Will be interesting. Means we could potentially move for the title at the free per-view.
What a main event that would be. EMP versus Cameron Taylor. I heard a crack sound on that. Oh my god. Torch gets out of the way quick and goes back to work on Frenchie. He's going to drag him over. I'm a little disappointed in when I see Frenchie's jersey here. Somebody else made that. I found it in the creation suite or whatever. The one for 2K25 that I made, it doesn't look good. This one's so much better. So I may take another stab at Frenchie's jersey. I kind of just downloaded the Canadians logo and tried to shove it on whatever shirt, but somebody took time here. Oh my god, he's got a guitar. Torch looking for some. He's got a kendo stick. He gets to work first. Really seems like all these guys, all of Zartan's guys, I know Dominic, I know, it's just Zartan to me forever.
Its hats rolling on the floor laughing. Now my phone trying to type something else.
Torch, 1-0.
Title shot. I want Frenchie one-on-one, his crown, and the match to be for one contee.
Frenchie one-on-one, his crown, and the match to be for #1 contenders tag titles. Okay. You may already have that title shot booked on that. You and Fingers tonight are taking on Gordon McDonald, Gordy Mack, and Superintendent Dixon. That's a spear right there, huge. And that's a #1 contenders match as well. So, we'll talk. We'll iron it out. Again, my apologies. When you stacked up all the things that had gotten, not necessarily missed, but not even backburnered, substituted, is what I'd like to call it, for what I thought was going to be an awesome and bigger story, but then when it went sideways over at NXG the other day, and he's not interested in working with the brand or whatever. He'll take our guys, but he's not interested in doing any sort of crossover or anything like that. I've tried 3 times and that was my limit, so whatever. It is what it is. That would have been a very fun story to tell, though. And again, my apologies. This hair match should have been yours. It was your idea.
I don't want world title shot. I want Frenchie one-on-one, his crown, and the match to be for one contee. Not your fault. Iron Man.
Sometimes the chat lady gets drunk and just repeats everything she's already said. Oh my God, Famouser on the hard cement floor. He's going to go up 2-0 here with 5 or so minutes left. This is a bad spot for Frenchie right here. And unfortunately, I warned this man that this kind of thing is going to happen if you start pulling heel moves. Here he is, down 2-0. 5.5 to go. And Torch, no signs of slowing down. This is his environment. All those guys, Road Pig, Naugahyde, Zartan, the master of disguise. He didn't have to update the friendly Zartan. Once he said he was a master of disguise,
Torch is fired up.
he is. He's all fired up. Once he said he was a master of disguise, I literally felt dumb. I was like, oh yeah. Of course Zartan can look however he wants. Oh, did you see that? Hebner just tripped Frenchie. Even Hebner's pissed. Oh, shatters the stick. Oh my God. Getting nasty with it on the outside. Were they ever even in the ring? Splintered wood and chairs and bats.
Torch because I saw him lose to RJ.
The heat on the French lover right now is a booker's dream. But, hey, I don't know. Men went on a really good run, though, early in the season. Frenchie, the NXG killer, is one of the storylines for sure. And there he is, getting turned inside out by his kryptonite. Seems like Torch has the number, at least so far. You know, hoist the man up over his head, slam him down. Now Torch is in a bad spot with 3.5 minutes left. Wow. I thought he was going to get one there, and Frenchie's upset. Got him in the camel clutch. And he tapped. Wow. Went in hard on the back. 3 minutes left here. 2-1 as Frenchie, in frustration, looks like, throws the stairs. Oh. Torch with a knee to the face. Frenchie reverses. Punches and going to try and drag this man over to the tables. Uh-oh. It's just banging his face off that custom like and subscribe table. Bloodies him on the post. The LED post. Torch still got fight left, though. Still kicking for the face. Drop down hard on his stomach. This has been a war. And neither man really having a massive... I mean, Torch lit the man on fire earlier. That did happen, so... But a lot of reversals here. Pretty even fight. Frenchie going for a pin. Really? Off a kick? Off like a reversal? I don't know that I've seen that. But Frenchie ties it up. Minute 47 to go. Power bomb at ringside. Now he's rearranging the furniture. Somebody's got to pay for that. That's coming off his check. Driving the knee into that hard cement. Oh my God, what do we do if there's a draw?
Yeah.
Famouser on the hard floor. Referee going for a pin. Wow, Torch goes up 3-2. Just over a minute left to go.
Quite the match.
Absolutely, this is a war. Frenchie picks him up and slams him down. 44 seconds left. Frenchie going for a stomp here, and is he looking for that camel clutch again? That's what tapped him out the first time when he pulled back on it. Wow, he taps again. 3-3, 30 seconds left. Oh my God. What made stairs noise there?
Crunch time here.
Yep. Frenchie's bloodied. Torch got him with the chair. Now he's got him in a sleeper. A good old-fashioned sleeper hold. 6 seconds left. Can Frenchie hang on? He does. Oh my God, it's a draw. Oh my gosh. I hate it. Oh, you guys. All I can do is upturn my palms to the world and go, what the hell? As we just move forward and we'll figure it out. Now, another issue that I'm having, because again, so many people, so many fun stories to tell, and good rivalries and good sauce talk, is that I'm having a hard time making
Who
sure
just
that
won?
each faction gets an
Tell me
opportunity
it
to
was
get
not
points.
Frenchie.
So it's rough when I look at the overall list and I'm like, the niceties aren't on this show, or the purifiers aren't on this show, or a whole faction just didn't. There's no
I want
room.
a draw.
So this match here is going to be worth 5 points
Uh-oh.
to make up for the fact that the elite and the
Okay,
niceties
asterisk.
are only on the show a little bit and only have a chance to pick up a point or two. So this match is going to be worth 5 points. And it is newcomer JJ DeBoss in his debut, taking
Cheer on
on
new member JJ the
the
Boss.
Stroop. Damn it, I should have left his entrance on. My bad. I should have left his entrance on for his debut.
Go JJ.
EMP at ringside. Hunter S. Mustache making an appearance on the show. Almost. He's still obscured. He's like Wilson from Home Improvement. Hunter S. Mustache, the delegator, opting to not fight and let the team do the work. Or get the action, however you want to look at it. Alan and Irene last week debated whether or not it was becoming heelish of Hunter S. Mustache to not partake in the festivities. You can catch Alan and Irene recapping the show on normally by Thursday I get it out. And just kind of clip together what they had to say about the last episode of Me and the Boys Wrestling. Oh wow. Awry with strong feelings towards Hunter S. Mustache. Stroop going for a pin.
Mustache Man DMP.
Hunter S. Mustache out there not gonna get in there, take a cheap shot or anything, so JJ DeBoss is bloodied as Stroop says, welcome to Me and the Boys Wrestling. At some point, I'd really like to do Buzzsaw versus the Stroop, because they both use the same finishing move. Wow, what a time to do that.
He's not in our faction, so yes.
The Stroop effect drops JJ right on his neck. And it's only good for 2. The Stroop can't believe it. JJ with the kip up and the springboard bear paw. Crowd cheering, fight forever. They love it. There's a knee.
Oh wait, no, I hope you lose, JJ.
No, you're cheering for JJ, Ultimate. Stroop with a flying head scissors. Don't normally see that out of him.
Team.
Stomping the hell out of the wrist and fingers. Bends the leg the way it's meant to bend.
Man.
The Elite trying to work out who's on their squad. Well, that's fair. It's a very convoluted season. It's going to be so... It's going to feel like a... He should have got his entrance. That's for sure. He's fighting back, though. He's hanging in. But yeah, it's not a lot of offense, that's for sure. He's showing some grit, though, with that kick out.
Oh wait, no JJ, you got this. I always believed in you.
I love it. I love the shenanigans. The Stroop charges in with a claymore right in the face of JJ DeBoss, and now he's got some other evil intentions. DMP trying to fire up the crowd. Stroop going for a figure four leg lock. Really? That's shocking. Is JJ DeBoss going to tap out to the Stroop? He's not going to be happy. DMP's not going to be happy.
The Manifestation!
Friends, go check out the Stroop if you're local to Niagara Falls. He does comedy in the area. Yeah, I'm sure he travels too. I don't know the man's schedule well, but reach out and we'll put you in touch with the Stroop. Dynamite stand-up comedian. Very funny man. Always up to things and stuff around here in the Niagara area. I literally know almost nothing about JJ DeBoss. Maybe, hopefully that'll change in the future.
JJ down?
I'm sure he's a good guy.
What do you think?
Should I jump in the ring and beat JJ down? Here we go. A number one contenders tag match. Now, Cameron Taylor was abandoned by his tag team partner, Connor Lachlan, a week or two ago. And it all popped off during a backstage fight with the HRS. Fingers got hit. I almost said accidentally, but it didn't seem like an accident. And that became a problem. Connor said that NXG was doing weird, weak stuff, and he didn't want anything to do with it, so he was just going to beat the hell out of people and cause problems. And then a bunch of the factions were trying to curry favor with the big fella. Look at this. What's he got there? A Billy Club?
I'm not happy with that man.
Tornado Tag Team Match! On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 461 pounds, the Rough Riders!
So the Splash Brothers obviously wasn't one of the choices in the game, but Rough Riders. Boom, there they are. Could they be the next tag team champions? Or is it going to be Gordy Mack and Superintendent Dixon? I don't know if they'll come out together. I didn't set anything up. Tough Stuff Wrestling, if you're out there.
First, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at
If you're out there, let me know if there's anything I can do or what the tag team is called. Obviously a Mountie gimmick going on over here. I appreciate it, but I'm going to skip us ahead just because we don't have time for entrances today.
Guys treating them like Canada Gal, passing it around.
Oh my God.
Canada Gal on a rough ride.
Ah, yes. Gordy Mack and his multiple flannels. Freshly shaven. His face looks like a newborn baby's ass.
Well, I gotta go.
Okay, alright, take care. Go back and watch Queen of the Ring or Marcho Madness. And your tournament is first. So we'll be right there if you want to see.
Fantastic night, everyone.
Cheers.
Have a good night, Queen Arai. I will thank you.
One of the other things that we do or have done is basically just tornado tags, because the tag matches can take forever if the partner just keeps perpetually jumping in. So we do a lot of tornado tag. The 3 finishers to start it off. We got the opportunity to see a super finisher. That's fun. And the guy should be there to break it up. If not, it's fun. Crowd cheering for tag team wrestling. Gordon McDonald is stunned or something there. Maybe he got hit. Here's a super finisher. Clips him with a knee. Fingers hooks the leg. Is that enough? The super finisher deals with Gordon McDonald immediately. Cameron Taylor going for a pin on Superintendent Dixon. What in the hell is happening? Okay. It looks like Cameron Taylor hit the super finisher too. Or used 3 finishers, but oh my god, this is a bloodbath. Finger's got a sledgehammer. Superintendent Dixon is in there 2-on-1 with the Splash Brothers. Oh my god. Cascading springboard moonsaults. What the hell? Isn't this like the first time you guys have teamed up? Turns this man inside out. Superintendent Dixon's got a tall order here. It has been done. We've seen it done twice in the history of Me and the Boys Wrestling, where somebody's come back from being down 2-on-1. What a debut here by the Splash Brothers. Making a statement.
It's not the first time, ask Canada Gal.
Oh my god. The level of disrespect. Poor Canada Gal. She just shows up to help the NXG squad out. It's just the butt of the joke. Oh, right in the back with the sledgehammer. Then he just poses. Fingers going for a pin. These are the same Gordy Mack and Superintendent Dixon who won that crazy ladder match last week. Took down 3 other teams. That match was insane. And this is surprising, but I guess when Gordy Mack gets taken out immediately and you're left 2-on-1, what do you expect? The numbers game is...
Shame.
It is a shame, the poor girl. Wow. It was only a matter of time once the one opponent fell. And the Splash Brothers, I don't know about that victory. What is that? I did the entrance, but I didn't do the victory setting. But it's pretty feminine. Or cocky as all hell, I don't know. It might be cocky as all hell. Either way, I'm going to change it. All right. That's ridiculous. The Splash Brothers pick up a win. They will go on to take on the tag team champions, who are absolutely escaping me right now. Oh yeah, Frenchie and RJ the Terrible. My God. It's all a blur. It's all mixed up. Here we go. We got an ambulance match here between Sweet Death and Mishy. Now, here's how this all went down. Sweet Death she's got Mishy's number, basically, is what's happened. And then Mishy, in a multi-woman match, I believe it was a 6-pack challenge, picked up the win, won the title belt. And obviously, if you're Sweet Death, you got to claim to that belt. Now, Mishy, in what was one of the first few heelish dominoes to fall, wouldn't put up the title unless Sweet Death agreed to join the Quebecers. Sweet Death said, screw that, I'm never joining the Quebecers. And then Mishy said, okay, then I'm not going to put my title up. So here we are. Now, it got suggested that it be an ambulance match, and we thought, okay, if Sweet Death wins this, she's going to get a title shot. And if Michie wins this, Sweet Death can't challenge Michie again for the title. For this title reign, I think, is also, we should make clear. Because that'll be the next thing. They'll play hot potato with it, and that would be a problem. Sweet Death got a bat. She's not messing around. Sweet Death has been absolute dynamite all season long for the NXG. Hasn't climbed to the top of the mountain yet, but you know it's only a matter of time. Just those multi-woman matches. She just doesn't come out on top. Michie gonna elbow her way out. Oh my God, kicked her head off.
Doesn't matter, Arai is taking the title on the season finale.
Okay. Strong words from the Elite. And why not? I mean, she just won a tournament. Michie hits her in the face with a bat before she can strike her with a chair, and then she goes to work. Oh, it's so devastating looking when it connects. Like, that's murder. She is not messing around, though. She does not care anymore. No sign of sportsmanship here. And I love it. I said it earlier. It's a booker's dream. Where the problem becomes is that, specifically with Frenchie, I got 5 guys who all want to punch this guy in the face at any given time. He gets into it with everybody. Oh no. Belly to back suplex on the hard cement. Sweet Death gonna work Michie over to the ambulance, but she's gonna reverse. Most of the matches tonight have been better than usual, so again, Zartan, anybody running E-Feds, put your difficulty up. For 2K25, I have to finish unlocking all the things. For now, I put it on easy because I'm lazy. And it's hard. Even on easy, some of it's hard. Sweet Death working against Michie to get this first door closed, and it's way too soon to be trying that, but the characters never seem to know that. Only we know that. They're going to be in and out of that ambulance probably 10 times at least. That's 1. Let's count. Kick to the guts. A pump handle Michinoku driver? Okay. Sweet Death with some shots. Clobbers Michie. Now she's setting something up here. Something evil, no doubt. Oh, go to sleep. Maybe it has a different name? Should have something sleep related though, I think. Power bomb. Nope. Oh, she reversed last second. Kicks her away. Now she's going to try and put Sweet Death into the ambulance. I never know where to put the emphasis on Sweet Death. Sweet Death? Sweet Death? Sweet Death. These women jockeying for position here. Michie seated on the back of that ambulance. Now she's tossed in. That's 2 times tossed in. Sweet Death going to try and shut the door. No, she gets the first door. Going for that second door. Michie going to power out. No surprise. No surprise here. She's going to try and Reverse it. I don't know where I stand on the ambulance match and the casket match is basically the exact same. That's 3 into the ambulance. Mishi gonna try and work the door. Like, I guess it's fun. It's different. Something different to look at. But, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how long it goes on. Sweet Death pushes her way out. I'm gonna bring it back into the ring now. Mishi gonna shut those doors. It's not time yet. Why would she shut the doors? Then she gets whacked with a bat. And again. Oh, and then she throws the bat. Punch is blocked. Ooh. A judo toss or a judo flip. Sweet Death reverses, sends Mishi into the post. Sweet Death in one of the matches injured the shoulder of Mishi.
It gets
Wow.
a bit repetitive. Should take 1 or 2 less attempts, I think.
Maybe that's it. It's the repetition and the fact that when they're fighting against each other, it's just like they're pushing against the door for like a minute. It's not, I don't know. But I guess if you're doing it, if you're playing it, you're wailing the X button or whatever, trying to spam that button to beat the computer. So I don't know. It just doesn't translate that well. Cross body block off the top of the ambulance. Crowd loves it. This is awesome chant. There's a kendo stick introduced to the forehead of Sweet Death. And again. Mishi not shy with those weapons. Going to the dark place. She shatters the stick. Gonna bring it back into the ring now. These women have absolutely destroyed each other over the last few weeks here. Another awesome rivalry for the ladies. The ladies' rivalries just seem to cook a little bit more. I don't know. Mishi and Lady Strange was insane. Wow. Mishi going for the sharpshooter. Good old Canadian finishing move. Sweet Death tapping, but it doesn't matter. Just tap immediately so they let go. Now she's got a chair. Just bowls her over. Steps on her chest. Dragon screw. Nasty from any angle. Just gonna drag her over here. Toss her back into the ring. I thought maybe she was gonna get those ambulance doors back open. Instead she got a bat. That's better. Mishi gets there first. Sweet Death catches the leg. Flips Mishi and knees her right in the face. Oh my goodness. The aggression is real. It looks like some kind of a crossface. Goes back for the bat. Batter up. Mishi reverses. There's a kick, a punch. Crosses her over near the ambulance. She gonna try again? Where is my money? Back into the ring again. Look, somebody's got to open those doors. Clothesline, clothesline, clothesline. Sweet Death staggered. Makes her way to the corner. Mishi gonna hit a forearm.
Oh dear.
Yeah, the violence is real. Now Mishi says it's time. She's gonna open the doors back up. Just both women trapped on the stairs. Sweet Death comes over first, and Mishy was ready, but then Sweet Death reversed him and a kick to the face. Now she's got a chair. Oh my god. Mishy's out of there. Sweet Death with a kick. Sweet Death got 3 finishers stored up. That's one. Oh my god. Oh no, another one. This move has to have a name that isn't the go to sleep. The sweet release? I don't know. Needs a name there. Now she's got a sledgehammer. I think that's... What's that? 4 different weapons? 4 different weapon types? That's pretty good. The drop down, the leapfrog, the back body drop. The fundamentals of wrestling right there. And she gets tossed over. Sweet Death showing that power. Takes a minute to pander. Why not? Now she's going to try and put her in again. This is what, number 4?
The reverse GTS should be called Sweet Release of Death Low.
Yep. Agreed. The sweet release of death. Mishy fighting against the door. Sweet Death gets her in easy on the first door. Is this over? Wow. Sweet Death again gets the best of Mishy, which means she's earned herself a title shot.
Here is your winner, the Demon, Princess Sweet Death.
That was a hell of a fight. Sweet Death gets it done. Earns herself a title match. Greatest of all time, they say. I think the best ambulance match was it Connor and Angelo?
Sweet Release of Death, I like that.
Up next, we've got our War Games match. Definitely need the entrances off here. We're continuing on. Last week we saw the Purifiers in a shocker take down the Elite. This week, it's the Militia taking on the Deleters. And this has been fun. So far, so good. I like it. There happen to be enough weeks left to do enough matches to complete the tournament. I think that's a fun wrinkle for Faction Wars. The block in there right now with Buddy the Wabbit.
They went at it, yeah. Great match.
Having his way with the block so far.
Violence.
Finally. Like we didn't just see both of those women get smashed with bats for like 10 minutes. It's okay. He's got to put him over because it's Easter. What, are you going to hurt the Easter Bunny? In front of the kids? Yeah, he don't care. Hurt that bunny. Hurt that Easter Bunny. They lock it up.
Block. Violence I get to participate in.
Ah, true. That's fair.
Thanks, Buchanan.
The Wabbit trying to get it shifted into that other ring. The block caught in the middle. My dog just came sat in my lap, but he very clearly just had a drink and he put his wet beard all over my arm. Terrible. There's DUI. The champ has entered the chat. Unfortunately, though, he's hasn't entered back into our Facebook chat. He's so missed. Man is desperately missed in there because he's just blunt. He like hit you in the face with a brick. Why don't you shut up? Why don't you leave? I love it. The block smashing the head of the Easter Bunny right around Easter time. Unreal. Charlie Dog Grandma says hi. There's the bear hug. Even the Easter Bunny knows the code to get out of the bear hug. Oh, DUI gonna have a turn. Tosses him right into the block. Up next, coming in, Art the Clown. What a mishmash team the Deleters have turned into. We saw Dr. Volcano earlier take down the Buzzsaw Butcher, so the Deleters already on the board tonight. They're going to have a chance here. I forgot, I should have mentioned the sliding scale of points where if the lower seeded team beats the higher seeded team, they get a little bit more points. So the math works out. The Deleters would get 8 points for winning this, and if the Militia win, they'll get 5. Again, in an effort to inspire parity in the points. Faction Wars is fun, but it's a lot extra. There's a lot of extra. So I'll be ready. I'll be ready when it's done. And we move to Season 12 and we jump over to 2K25. I'm diligently putting in work. I took a little bit of a break from it for a few days. Spinning power bomb to the block. Art the Clown really kind of, well, he literally evened us up, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but he kind of swung the momentum a little bit until that. DUI with a massive clothesline.
Numbers advantage in this one. The Elite had the numbers disadvantage all match. Se11ep8 and Dirty Deeds book.
I don't know. It's set up on random. I think you can assign it, but I never have. I just leave it to chance. The block laid out that rabbit. And then he laid out his partner and Art the Clown in one shot. Hitting everything that moves. Here comes RJ the Terrible, one half of the tag team champions. Him and the French Lover are going to take on the team, Cameron, Taylor, and Fingers. I don't know if it'll be next week. We'll work it out in the chat. I want to really... another thing that I haven't been able to do because of all the singles matches that came so quick is really kind of curate some stuff for Faction Wars that gets 8 guys in there or 2 sets of 4 guys or like some 6 guys, you know. Multi-man stuff to really get Faction Wars moving. So let's talk about matches later, and maybe we reserve like 3 or 4 single slots and then 1 more games and 3 or 4 multi-man things. I like when the captains get to pick what guy they want in, say, a ladder match or a table match or a submission match, and put some tough decisions out there for them. Up next, coming in, Big Elviscera. RJ the Terrible is climbing to the top of the cage. And what is his plan? Oh my god, he went for a splash, but the rabbit moved. Art the Clown is out. DUI is out. The block looking for a Bailey to belly and then a ripcord clothesline. Here comes Elviscera. He's bringing a chair. Did anybody else grab weapons? Nobody grabbed weapons? Elviscera going to kick it up a notch here. He's got the sledgehammer. I'm really enjoying the Dr. Volcano and Buzzsaw the Butcher feud, so it pained me to not have Dr. Volcano in the ring with his team, but they got the numbers now, so we're going to see G-Cell, and I had to choose for the block squad, and I should have asked him really, but I didn't. I set it up and it was late at night. And I went with Honky Tonk Chris because he just won a couple of things recently, won a Royal Rumble and I think maybe an Eliminator, and it might have been on 2K25, but he still won those things, and that was his future consideration, I guess. Yeah, he takes forever. DMP cheering against the Militia because they are in second place, right behind the Elite. I think the difference was 4 or 5 points. Maybe as high as 6, 56 to 50, is that? It's in front of me, but it's on the table. It's mostly single matches this week, so I'll tally it at the end. We're waiting on one more guy, and it's G-Cell. Waiting patiently in the cage. Alpha Clown going to throw a table. And then miss. Oh no. The block's got Buddy the Wabbit by the throat. Fumigates his guts. Honky Tonk Chris with a chair to Art the Clown. Oh, that is a nasty looking move. I like it.
We were up by 2, but we have 5 extra points at the King of the Ring, so 7 going into this show.
EMP's on that map. Oh no, the block drops a sledgehammer into Art the Clown. And look at DUI and RJ the Terrible. Take care of business over there on that side. And here we go. The last entrant. I'm going to wait for him to get there before I do it, but I have a feeling it's coming in the chat. Or will the announcer say it, or are they turned off? Commentary's off, but the announcer's on, so. Art the Clown going to power out. Come on, G-Cell, get in there. Man's bringing a table in. You don't need a table, you need more men.
War Games has officially begun.
There it is. I didn't even have to do it. The block said it, so the chat lady said it, and the announcer said it. If I said it, it's just overkill. G-Cell sets up a table with evil intentions, going to work on the block. Honky Tonk Chris, though, going to drag Art the Clown. Oh my god. His own teammate brought that table in.
For the crown tonight, if I beat Frenchie.
This is correct. It's all correct. We have to do something next week to determine a #1 contender for the QLW Championship. We also, and this is exciting news, we have a vacant Cash in the Satchel. So I'm open to suggestions. We can open it up to the chat. Something that at least one member of each faction is involved in, and then we'll put it to the captains to choose a fighter. Oh my god, Elvisser just threw RJ the Terrible. Spinning powerbomb to DUI. Oh, Honky Tonk Chris with a corkscrew moonsault. I don't even know.
HMM gauntlet match.
Oh my god. Somebody just went through a table off the top rope. Was that a superplex through the table? Art the Clown to the block? That's insane. Meanwhile, DUI just hit the F sharp on Buddy the Wabbit. Oh, but somebody else was getting pinned beforehand. Too much action to call. There's a massive spear. Somebody got bloodied. G-Cell got bloodied. The Blocks are there whacking people with sweet chocolates. Go.
Faction's bloodline. One member from each faction will fight, and they will each get to bring down members of their own faction to help. If we did gauntlet match, perhaps we awarded by title wins, not actual match winner.
The militia pick up a big win. I didn't see what happened. I think the Block pinned Art the Clown after whacking him in the head with the bat a bunch of times. He was just in there slugging people. He looked like Maguire out there taking down the leaders. The Bloodline match, I think, is on 2K25, right? We're on 2K24, so we'd have to... If it works, I'm willing to do it for sure if we have the guys.
I did.
But I don't know if we have all the guys over there. So I haven't tried the Bloodline match yet. We'll have to test that out. That's going to bring us to our main event. We'll leave entrances on because this is kind of a big deal. There's a lot on the line.
Got wrecked.
The Only Heels title is on the line. Let me reiterate the rules for that as well. The Only Heels title. The Only Heels Incorrectly Named Wrestlers group is on Facebook. We just shitpost about wrestling with a focus on naming wrestlers incorrectly, just misnaming them. It's just goofy. But the post of the week, if they're on the roster, look at this. Oh my God.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring.
I'm speechless. I can't believe we're here. How did we get here?
From Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Unbelievable. King, the French lover for now.
French lover boy.
The French lover boy. What was DMP saying about perhaps we awarded by title wins, not actual match winner?
Interim king.
Interim
He's
king.
celebrating as king.
And his opponent, accompanied by the Queen, R.I. Representing the corporation.
She would have liked that. It's too bad she left.
Weighing in at 392 pounds, the All-Star World's Alliance Triple Crown Non-Stop Action Champion, King DMP.
Oh my God, I still haven't changed it from the last time he was king.
Determined by number of pins, I mean.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Into the corner goes DMP, and French Lover follows him in. Still has his hair as of yet, which is not the worst case given the odd circumstances. Cameron Taylor can still get his match. Maybe you can get Frenchie to put the hair up. Yeah, we'll make him put the hair up. Ooh. Now, where did we fall with the actual title shot? Is the title shot going with the crown tonight, or does the Jobberwocky still owed a title shot at some point, kind of thing? Or does somebody have to fight him still for that title shot? Where did we fall on that? I'm alright with just giving the title shot to whoever gets the crown. And there was a point.
Next week for shot.
Okay. Frenchie setting it up. Looking for the broken heart attack, but it's reversed. DMP with the springboard cross body block. He's all fired up now. Got two finishers stored up, firing on all cylinders. Big kick. Mishi looks distraught on the outside. Devastating kick right in the fleur-de-lis. Nasty. Ooh. Way up in the air. Devastating drop kick. Now he's going to the top rope. Gonna look for that bullfrog splash. Boom. Nails the bullfrog splash. Going for a pin. Is it enough? It is not. But the man still has a finisher stored. Frenchie with the kip up. Nails him with the stunner after the kip up. Is it enough? Oh. 2.95 DMP can't believe it. And Frenchie showing the grit that made him the NXG killer. The guy's no slouch in there at all. One of the best records so far this season. The spinning leg drop. That awful hand move. And lock him up here. Toss him into the stairs. And then get back in. And a win would be a win here. The crown isn't the same as the title. If he gets counted out, he's going to lose the match and the crown, and DMP's going to keep the only heel's title. But even DMP doesn't want it that way. Even a demented maniacal psychopath doesn't want to win by countout. DMP back in. Frenchie on guard. DMP scoops him up. Guillotine across the top rope. A pretty even affair so far. Frenchie dominating the start. DMP took control and hasn't looked back yet. Oh, the stomp. Oh my God. That's a big man way high up in the air. And he's back up. One hops it. Bullfrog splash, but he missed. Now Frenchie's got a finisher. See if he decides to spend it early or hang on to it and wait to go for the kill. He's going to hook DMP across that rope. Frenchie's going to the top rope. You don't see that often. Goes to drop an elbow. DMP rolls out of the way. Frenchie got pretty far there. Spear. Nasty. Buckles him in half with the spear, but only good for a 2 count. Frenchie with evil intentions. Looking for the broken heart attack. Is it enough to put DMP away? Arrive trying to fire up the crowd. DMP kicks out. Frenchie still with a finisher, and he's going to go for a third. He hits another one. The broken heart attack. Is it enough? Wow. The French lover picks up the win. Holds on to the crown for now and has to look forward to meeting Cameron Taylor one-on-one. And that is going to be an absolute train wreck. And I'm excited for it. Friends, real life bled into the storylines a little bit this week. And again, my apologies for any miscommunications, any misinterpretations. It was never my goal to disrespect or cause problems. I just want this to be fun for as many people as possible. I want everybody as engaged and invested as possible, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all the social media things because it helps immensely and it's free. Please check out the channel sponsors, www.420dna.com, because if it's in you, it should be on you just like it's on me at all times. Check out holdenroadscoffee.com. It's always fresh, never tired. Coffee with personality. Check out sharetheshock.ca. Expose the North. Just Google the block. You'll find the man. Check out all the things that he's got going on. Candid Conversations, all the different podcasts. Check out our other friend, DUI, Hosting with Insanity, xrpradio.co. Saturdays,
sharing.
Eastern Standard Time, 6 o'clock. There's always something interesting going on there. All different types and styles of music, and the man curates a nice playlist each week and takes you through it. And it's a blast to listen to. Have a look around the channel, find some poetry, ghost stories, music, all the other arts and things that I do, and we will see you next week, friends, Mondays at 7 p.m. for Me and the Boys Wrestling. I love you. Bye.
Thank you